Coming up on the Sports Desk, the sun is out and school's almost out. Well, for some of you, maybe you're already free and clear of school days, but either way, we've got the little ones covered on how to keep the next couple of months fun and active during the day. Plus, the Special Olympics torch takes a cruise through our little corner of the South Bay en route to Southern California's Summer Games, Torrance's finest, and some of our special athletes representing us well. And for those of you that still have finals to look forward to, find out how some local college student athletes balance the grind between student life and staying at the top of their game. All that's coming up and more right here on the Sports Desk. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Desk with me, your host, Wan Hernandez. With spring sports wrapped up and finals either right behind us or just in front of many Torrance prep athletes, graduation day is the milestone of our 4 years in high school. Most of us wouldn't even think of missing the big day, right? Walking the stage, grad night, or you can compete for a state title. It's a decision most wouldn't have to make, but for Bishop Montgomery's Danielle Shanahan, it came down to one or the other. All year long, the Knights' long-distance star has posted podium finish after podium finish, first in cross country and this spring on the track, where she added the 3,200-meter race to her track repertoire back in April. So, with all that success adding up to a place in the CIF State Track Finals this past week, Shanahan opted to miss out on her Bishop Montgomery graduation to make the nearly 250-mile trek out to Clovis, because, as she put it herself, she can always celebrate graduation in 4 years when she wraps up a degree at Loyola Marymount University. And the results paid off. Shanahan qualified for not just one, but two final events, the 1600 and 3200, where she placed fourth in each. She ran a personal best 4:49 in the mile and marked a 10:26 time in the 3200. The amazing thing about that being that she didn't even start racing the 3200 until just over a month ago. According to Shanahan, she's only run it 5 other times in her life, so no big deal to place fourth in the entire state, I guess. Another Torrance representative at the CIF State Finals track meet was South High's Kimberly Kosha. The Spartan sophomore finished just 2 seconds behind the final state medalist with a 10:28 mark. She will definitely be somebody we look out for over the next 2 years, as Kosha hasn't even entered the ranks of upperclassmen yet. So, big things to come from South High there. All right, now we're all wrapped up for prep sports now, but all this talk about final exams and finishing the school year has had us thinking a lot about all the other work that goes into being a student athlete. You know, the student part. So Jenny Phillips headed out to Camino College to see how athletes at the next level find that balance between success on both the field and in the classroom.
Being a student athlete isn't easy, especially here at Camino College, where being a student first is a requirement. Between rigorous training schedules and tough classes, the student athletes at Elko have had to learn impeccable time management and balance in order to excel in the classroom and at their sport.
After long practice weight room conditioning, then you got to go home and do homework. So it's just that's a real challenge.
I always know it's important to be a student first. So what I do, especially with a lot of my work, in the morning, between classes, before practice, I always try to get as much work as I can.
There's definitely expectations on the athletes here at El Camino to have a high standard of like our GPA, our grades, and if you don't have a good GPA, you can't compete.
While focusing on school can be tough, El Camino's student athletes have a lot of support from coaches, administrators, and teachers.
I have a schedule with my counselor, and we break it down of what classes are easy to take during when I practice.
It's nice because the teachers don't cut you any slack, so they're pretty strict on you. Even if you are a student athlete, they hold you to a higher standard.
I get a lot of support from my coach, so he tells me like where I can go for tutoring, or he checks our grades.
You fall behind, they don't mind if you say you need to sit out this week or you can't run this week, because we really want you to focus on school.
It also helps to have supportive teammates to take classes with, study with, and help relieve some of the pressure.
And we help each other, we send each other notes, we teach each other what the others don't get.
It just makes class more fun too, and I'm like one of those people, like, I don't know, sometimes I won't pay attention, but I'll ask them and they'll always help me, so it's like nice to have like a friend on the team and in class.
We're all competitive, so we compete outside in the classroom too, and we're always like, oh, I got a 95, well, I got a 98. all of my friends are other athletes or my teammates, so we all kind of go through the struggle together.
Playing a collegiate sport does require sacrifices, though. For many warriors, having a social life can be tough.
I gotta prioritize my time, so usually I'll try to get all the projects and stuff out of the way and then try to work out, and then I'll socialize.
You just can't find time to hang out with your friends on the weekends, stuff like that, so instead of that time, you're either practicing, doing homework to keep your grades up.
You have to learn when not to go to a party, when to stay at home and study, and when to go to sleep at the right time.
When my friends ask me if I want to hang out and just like, no, I have practice, or no, I have to study for this test coming up, it does get a little frustrating sometimes because I feel like I'm so restrained from my friends.
But in the end, these athletes know it's all worth it.
And as you get towards the end of the season, you realize that the sacrifices you made were worth it.
It's really, really rewarding at the end of the season when you completed all that, you've accomplished something.
The reward is greater than the fall, so I do it.
Thanks for that, Jenny. So for those of you taking a serious look at competing in NCAA Division I sports, what is expected of you in the classroom? Just to give you a little taste of why a school like El Camino College puts an emphasis on pushing their student athletes, it's of course to support students in reaching NCAA requirements and standards. For example, along with the baseline requirement of graduating high school, NCAA athletes must complete a minimum of 16 core courses. There is a minimum GPA requirement that will bump up to a 2.3 grade point average by 2016, meaning student athletes have to have better than a flat C average, and they have to earn a qualifying test score on the ACT or SAT tests. Remember, this is all for prospective NCAA athletes hoping to compete in a Division I sport. Once you get there, like we just saw from the athletes at El Camino College, the job is only beginning. A quick look here at some of the graduation success rate numbers offered by the NCAA. For incoming classes from 2002 to 2005, football and basketball, the two most popular college sports by far, graduated just 68% of their athletes. For men, gymnastics offered the highest graduation success rates for a Division I athlete, while female student athletes have a completely different profile. Of the 18 Division I sports included in last year's NCAA GSR report, 0 men's sports had graduation rates in the 90th percentile. Women, on the other hand, 11 of the 18 sports listed had graduation rates at 90% or above, with women's field hockey and lacrosse leading the way near the mid-90s. All right, everybody, coming up after the break, enough talk about school, okay? We're done, at least for now. Time to take a look at how some of the little ones in Torrance can stay active and have fun with all this free time in the classroom these next couple months.
Want to help? Make it easy on everyone. Send cash, the most effective form of disaster relief. CIDI.org.
If I ride, I will know the way the trees smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride uphill, I will eventually get to ride downhill. That's how it works. If I ride, my breath will fill the air instead of smoke and car exhaust. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider. If I ride, I will be strong.
What's up, Torrance? Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Like I said, we're going to move away from the classroom now and all that talk about finals, because for some of you, summer's already here. For parents, that can mean finding a way to keep your young ones active and entertained. And lucky for you, you live in Torrance, where there is a whole plethora of camps and activities for all those little athletes that will someday be in highlight clips right here on our show.
The school year is almost done, and that means it's time for some summer fun. And for that, the City of Torrance has got you covered. I sat down with Vic Arevalo, a specialist with the Community Services Department in the Recreation Division, to find out the summer activities going on in Torrance.
This summer we're going to have a variety of camps going on. We'll have 2 fun camps, one at Greenwood Park and one at La Romeria Park. We also have sports camp at Wilson, and we also have teen camp at Greenwood.
Kids and teens have many different activities to choose from.
A typical day at camp, you'll have a wide variety of activities, anything from indoor arts and crafts to cooking to group games to traditional playground games as well. And we started doing a lot more dance and cheer and that kind of thing as well.
Even though swimming is not on the list of activities, select camps do get to go to the plunge once a week for some fun in the sun.
So this year we'll be doing 3 trips to Raging Waters. We have a couple trips to Knott's Berry Farm, which is always a good time. They'll also go to Boomers, and we'll be doing a day at the sports arena at the Staples Center for the LA Sparks. So that's always a fun one to get out of the heat, in the nice, cool, air-conditioned Staples Center and watch a fun basketball game. We also have a local field trip here to Mulligan's Family Fun Center as well.
In addition to the paid summer camps, the Torrance Community Services Department will also be providing a variety of free camps, which include board games, sports, and arts and crafts here at the Torrance Park, as well as many other parks here in the city of Torrance. Registration for all camps takes place at the West Annex. Camps fill up pretty quick, and right now there's open registration. All of the fun starts June 24th. Reporting from Torrance, I'm Brittany Johnson for the Sports Desk.
Thanks for that, Brittany. So for those summer fun and teen camps, you can check out torranceca.gov/parks. All the information you'll need for signups and all that jazz are right there for you. The 4 camps and locations are listed. Of course, with the Wilson Sports Camp we talked about, we'll be heading out to ourselves. It's taking place at Wilson Park, obviously. And what if you're not looking for a plethora of sports to play all summer long? Maybe you want to devote your summer months to the one sport you love most. So you can come back next fall better than ever. Better yet, what if parents could spend that time practicing right alongside their little ones and enjoy the sport together? Sounds like a pretty good deal if you ask me, and Letitia Cahey has that story.
With summer quickly approaching, you may be wondering what you're going to do with the children or what you're going to do for yourself. Well, we may have just the thing for you.
The LA Galaxy Soccer Center is offering up some fun and activity.
It's awesome. It's something for them to do in their spare time in the summer. They don't have school to worry about. It's something that gets them active, moving around.
It's also a good way to stay involved with your children and active yourself.
I do the class with him, so I feel, I'm pretty vigilant, so I feel really good about it.
The juniors classes range from beginner to advanced and offer many methods to which the kids can develop skills or build on them.
We've heard such great feedback from the parents in regards to how, their kids have responded.
While parents like it because of the social interaction and fitness benefit, kids like it simply
because it's fun.
The merging of the soccer center with the LA Galaxy brand has boosted its popularity to new heights.
I think the LA Galaxy is definitely a name that everyone recognizes. And the first thing that we hear is, people come in and they say, "Where's David Beckham?" He's not here.
Beckham may not be there, but there are plenty of qualified coaches like Sienna Valentine who have a true passion for coaching.
They don't get too upset over things. It's easy for them to kind of pick up the thing. It's a struggle at times because, they lose interest, but it's fun. I just like the positive energy, and I like how they're always amped to try to do stuff on the field.
But the challenges are far outweighed by the enthusiasm.
I like being a real soccer player.
I love it. For everybody who hasn't checked out the LA Galaxy Soccer Center just yet, I highly recommend it. There's always something going on there. Camps info can be found at lagalaxysc.com. Check it out. When you sign up for camps this summer, there's a Meet a Player Q&A and signing with a player from the club, and you'll even get a ticket to an LA Galaxy home game. Not a bad deal. Okay, everybody, one more quick break from the show, but don't miss us too much. When we come back, we'll have a look at some Torrance athletes and police officers coming together to kick off this weekend's Special Olympics. The torch passes through Torrance next.
My son has been drinking, and I think he's using drugs.
I just feel so ugly. I don't want anybody to see me.
So sad all the time. I can barely get out of bed.
I just needed to talk to someone,
because I miss him so much.
Stand strong. No matter what you're going through, there is hope at the end of the line.
Focus on the family. How can we help?
As a first-time Olympian, it was a true honor for me to represent Team USA in London. I'm also proud to represent another great team, the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, who sponsors Swim for MS, a national fundraiser where you can create your own swim challenge. Anything from swimming laps for pledges to jumping cannonballs for cash. If you love swimming like I do, register today at swimforms.org.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Hello once again and welcome back to the Sports Desk. Like I told you earlier, some of Torrance's finest and a few special athletes came together this week to welcome and celebrate this weekend's Southern California Special Olympics event taking place at Cal State Long Beach. This weekend, more than 1,000 athletes from all over Southern California are coming together to compete in this year's Special Olympics. And earlier this week, the torch made an appearance right through our little corner of the South Bay, with members of the Torrance PD passing the torch on to some Torrance athletes before everybody gathered up and hit the road again for the torch's next stop along the way to Long Beach. In total, there are 6 sports competitions at the Special Olympics, including bocce, golf, and basketball. Our Southern California region spans from San Luis Obispo and Bakersfield all the way down to San Diego, with programs offered to athletes and their families at no cost. Altogether, these Torrance athletes are a part of over 4.2 million athletes in 170 countries worldwide that have taken place in this event since it began back in 1969.
Actually, the Torch Run is a worldwide event, and the Torrance police officers will be running with the Special Olympics torch as it will make its way to Long Beach for the Summer Games this upcoming weekend. They'll be also running with some of our athletes who will be competing in the games.
Carrying a torch, it was like so amazing, and I just never knew that carrying a torch on the sidewalk and in the street was kind of fun.
This is a chance for them to showcase all the time and effort and dedication and practice they've had over the last several months in a large event for special athletes and Special Olympics. The event itself is happening this weekend in Long Beach. We have 28 athletes we're very proud of that are from the city of Torrance, and they have worked diligently, spent hours of practice and time to be able to go to this event, be invited to the event, and be able to participate. And we're extremely proud of them, and this is the leg of the running the torch through the city of Torrance that we like to celebrate.
Awesome. So for everybody excited to check out this year's event, it's taking place on Saturday, June 8th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Sunday, June 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free event and open to the public, so don't be afraid to head on out and cheer on Torrance's competitors. And speaking of good causes, last week we shared a feature about Bill's Ring of Hope, the auction taking place for Bill Sharman's 2010 Los Angeles Lakers NBA championship ring. Our apologies here to the Sharman family. Last week we told you all the wrong date for the conclusion of the Bill's Ring of Hope raffle. The raffle will actually be open until November 22nd of this year, so you still got plenty of time to buy those raffle tickets and have a chance at owning a real NBA Finals championship ring. If you want to check it out, go to billsringofhope.com. There's info for you to get your tickets, still just $2 a pop, and of course, it has all you'll need to know about which charities the proceeds will be going to, so you know your donation is going to a great cause this year, helping out Bill's Ring of Hope. All right, anything else going on around town that's helping a good cause? Whether you know about or are playing in some kind of charity game or event, let us know, because if it's here in Torrance, it involves sports, and it's helping others, you can bet the Sports Desk will be there to see it all go down. The Sports Desk at torranceca.gov, or give us a call anytime at 310-618-5762. All right, everybody, that wraps it up for us this week. We will see you here next time, right here on the Sports Desk.